Welcome, everybody. We are diving into some different waters tonight. We ran afoul seas of some technical difficulties, but as has been the case in the past, sometimes you put some chocolate and peanut butter together, you get two semi-great minds trying to resolve a. Anyway, Fanboy G, welcome back over to Mr. C Dives In channel.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for having me back, Mr. C. Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming back. So, most recently, our last point of business in the YouTube sphere was we ran the second annual Halloween special on the Fanboy Cantina channel. Do you care to comment on what was our subject matter? What were we speaking on at that point in time?
Well, yeah. So if you missed the Fanboy Cantina live stream, we talked about Sven a little bit. We got a little taste of Sven in Elgin, and also talked about the Volo a little bit, but just kind of scratching the surface. And then we also talked about the HasLab Ghostbusters 2 release, which is currently still funding. So yeah. That was our chat, and we talked about other stuff as always.
As always. Now that we've had some opening comments, are you able to scroll us through? Let's see our first comment here. They do come again. If you're able to activate
yes, I got it. So hey there, Michaela.
Let's start with Michaela. Michaela, I'm glad the mail got to you. That was a pretty heartwarming TikTok, I think it was, that you had issued and put onto, I'm pretty sure it was Warner's Svengoolie's group. So hey, we're real glad that you got the mail and got your Svengoolie signature, and just trying to again keep building the community and share around in the Sven community. And our next comment up from Junkyard is here to howl. We could use some howling from the junkyard, no question.
Very nice. Very nice. And that was it. Otherwise, it was the heads up that we're experiencing some technical difficulties. But we're all right now. Hey, Mr. C, I've got a while I know there is an agenda, I wanted to show something before I forget about it. I went to the comic book store in Oakland. I went to Cape and Cowl Comics in Oakland, California. And oh my goodness. And I picked up Dracula. This is from, I believe, Skybound or Image and Skybound here. The art is really, really amazing. It is, I think a little bit intense probably for younger viewers and certain folks, but I just got this. I have not read it yet. Looking forward to giving it a read. Have you seen? Have you picked this up yet?
I have not picked it up yet. I almost went to go get it today, but clearly you beat me to the punch. Now, was this your trip to Oakland that you put out a shorts on the Fanboy Cantina channel?
Yeah, so unfortunately, I couldn't spend a lot of time at the store. I had to go to something else, but I had enough time to at least pick up Universal Monsters Dracula issue 1. They also have some free comics left over from Halloween or trick or treating, so I got an Amazing Spider-Man and a Captain Marvel. Also, if you are in the Bay Area, they did post on social media that they've got a stack of this Vault Comics Unnatural Order. This is not a freebie comic. They just have so many of these that they're giving it away. So it's a normal, like with a lot of the free comics, they dial it down. You get what you get, but this is a regular, comic. And so I think they have. I don't think I got the last copy, but there's not many left, I think. So, anyways, that was my field trip, Mr. C.
Man, well, I'm glad to get a bit of a backstory that didn't make it into your video, but I do encourage people, if they haven't seen it already, to check out your virtual field trip in the shorts format. That looked like it was a really great shop. Made me kind of want to get on the plane, but practical considerations don't allow for that trip right at this point in time.
Yeah.
All right.
No, good times. What are we talking about, Mr. C?
We got a little bit, we're no shortage of Sven coverage right here on this old channel here. And now let's see if we're able to get through our, that's a little bit out of sequence there. That's a little bit back in the, comics, but hey, it's November. So let's Junkyard, what is Vault Comics, Marvel, or
What is
DC
Vault
or Indie?
Comics? Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know. I believe it's a local. If I'm not mistaken, it's a local publisher. I need local to me in the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area. I believe it's a local publisher. I will have to check. But thanks for the question. Yep.
We'll owe Junkyard a better answer or a more detailed answer for that. So coming to speak on calendar business as we're opening up the show here tonight. So tonight, now, does it get any better than the man who is Captain Kirk? William Shatner going against spiders. I don't think I've seen this one before, and if I have seen it, it's been a long, long time. So that's definitely something to look forward to. For those of us that are on the horror comedy fair, Monsters Go Home will be coming up November 11, and deeper into, so first there's spiders, then there's ants, Joan Collins and ants, and then, man, what a classic, House on Haunted Hill with Vincent Price. I think out of those four, the most conventional, traditional, classic horror has got to be House on Haunted Hill, but it's a good combination platter for those who have a variety of tastes and different interests cooking around. Gee, have you seen Shatner versus the Spiders?
I have not. I have not seen this one. Yeah, I guess I'm in for the ride.
To be determined. We'll have to see.
Yeah, expectations are down here, and just about Vault Comics, it is not local to the San Francisco Bay Area. They're a private family-owned publisher in Montana, actually. But I believe Cape and Cowl has a good connection to Vault Comics, hence the generous supply of comics there.
Cape and Cowl is the name of the comic shop in Oakland where you had.
You are correct, sir. Yes.
All right. So speaking of that calendar, then I wanted to do a little bit more. Back in January, can you see why I might pick up this calendar here? Got a little diver guy going around. Thank you for the one shot there, my friend. And certain months here are more relevant to our current channel. Others not so much. But I'll flip quickly right here. We got a little time machine. We got a little mermaid, little Treasure Island.
Oh.
I'm a goon for art in the art horror books. I'm a goon for art on the calendar. So I just wanted to give a quick shout out to, I can't tell you how many times the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror with Homer in the Raven bit has played around the house right here. Also, look at that. Now that, getting a look at that for 30 days on a month. That's some pretty good Frankenstein business right there. That was September. Currently, as we're closing out October, I like some arts. I like some comic shop arts. I like some calendar arts. Sleepy Hollow is our current November representation here. So I just wanted to do a quick little minute on the Sven calendar, and again, I bump into the table sometimes. Oh, we got some comments, so let's see. Jim Kimmel, okay. Oh, and double pump in the comments. All right,
yes, Mr. C is right on the House on Haunted Hill being a classic, and definitely stay away from the '90s remake.
And then coming to Campbell's Corner, here is their. So Jim, maybe that's because there wasn't an equivalent of a Bram Stoker Dracula or a Mary Shelley Frankenstein in the literary sense before the horror films. Maybe because the Wolfman didn't date back to, a single work of literature, versus he was the werewolf character was in folk tales, but not like in one single volume. So, here's all the months together there. Some of them more horror, some of them not. But the Wolfman did not make the. Here we go. But the Wolfman did not make the cut. So, we'll remain big fans of the Wolfman around here, and I appreciate Jim for throwing that out there. And actually, I hadn't even considered why the Wolfman was not there until Jim asked. So, as always, Campbell tries to keep a sharpen our wits. All right, so other current event business here. Let's again take a minute to recognize Reddit. And I was not much of a Reddit person. I didn't know from Reddit until you, Fanboy G, pointed me in the direction of Reddit, but they were just 2,000 and change just recently. So congratulations again to the Reddit Svengoolie group. They continue to climb in their membership, and that's pretty cool by me. I'm liking their progress, and it's pretty cool to hang out over there. From Reddit. Now this will be, if we can patch through in a minute to Tara Dave's review of Volo, we'll see somebody else with a Sven tattoo. But I mean, look at that. That's even a little bit of an ad lib there. You got some like Creature of the Black Lagoon style hands clutching over around the coffin there. But man, that the art is amazing. The fan dedication is amazing. That's and I mean, the colors are really vibrant. Everything about it. Again, we're working around the different Sven bits. We had mentioned this last time around on your channel, Steve and Crypto podcast. So they run a long format. Sometimes we go hour and a half. Sometimes we go 30, 40 minutes. These guys had a really long format. So it was either at like minute 32 or minute 36 where Sven came on, and pretty solid interview they had with Sven. And hey, credit to them for booking Sven to come on their show. They said it was like a 3-year negotiating process from the first time they had reached out till the time they made it happen. So pretty cool. Now, moving on to more current business, there's me in a backpack and a Nicole Huff t-shirt, and there is our own junkyard chatting it up with Sven at Volo. Man, it was a good day. Similar to a year ago when Jay Spy and me were out there at Volo. This time around, it was pretty cool to have good old junkyard out there. And then I realized a little bit of an obscure point here. Back in 1987, New Year's Eve of 87 going into 88, and it's slightly possible I had the year off, but I really think I'm spot on. So there's Junkyard and me at one of the New Year's ball drop things, one of the things, the celebration events. And who's hosting? Rich Coase at the time still had not been Svengoolie yet, so was doing other things, and but was still in the Son of Sven extended era. So then I just realized as we're there at the table that the last time that Junkyard and me and Rich Coase were all in the same space was 1987 going into 1988. So that was a little noteworthy, cool piece of business right there. And up next, again, if we're looking around at how many different Sven cosplays there are in the Svengoolie app and in the MeTV app, just there's so many different people doing Sven cosplays and costumes. And again, I was just taking a snapshot there. The inflatable Sven, which sold out. A lot of people are putting up their pictures of them with inflatable Sven. So hey, Junkyard's got a comment coming in. So all right. Well, hey, thank you for being there in 87 to 88 and for hanging out as we just did at Volo just recently. Our time with Sven was at the Fantasy Costumes, 2 years apart from 87. But now I think if we're making a checklist here, if we're working it through, the next guy, we got to find a way to get Chai Star in the same space with Sven at the same time. How's the coffee? Is that the Karloff coffee, or is that a different kind of a coffee?
This is just regular coffee from my ever so fancy Keurig, or not that fancy at all. Yeah, I'm a two cup of coffee guy, and I only have one today, so I thought, I'm going to have an afternoon treat. So there you go.
Some days it's a 1.5. Some days it's a 2.5, but then I find if I go over, it's good to dial back next time around. So let's see if I can successfully share screen here. And I know I appreciate people bearing with us here as we did have a bit of technical difficulty, but let's see, share and I'm checking the other. All right. Gee, is the same as before?
Add to stage. There we go.
All right. So again, Tara Dave was definitely there taking pictures, as you can see. So let's do a little bit of the Volo recap as seen through Dave. Again, please do check out Dave's blog. He's got this is a busy season. October, he gets a lot of views on there, and we want to contribute if we can to having a little bit of views. But as we can see, the lines were significant and long. I'm starting to recognize some of the faces. So this guy in the background here with a beard, I know I was talking to him. I'm pretty sure at Flashback. I don't recall the gentleman's name, but let's take a minute here. Let's highlight Junkyard's t-shirt work. So again, when we had our back in August, the day where you and Junkyard and Chai Star and me and Terror Dave were all together, then Junkyard and Dave start talking about the t-shirts, and so Junkyard jumps in to create this shirt, which Dave has. But there's a non-Volo photo again of Junk and me hanging out in the long lines, and it was all good, making a little bit of banter with Jim Roach, and this was pretty good. So I'm like, hey, so sometimes we talk to that guy over there, and then Jim comes up with, do you mean Dan, referring to Dave, and then it got, I guess the whole alias got created to be Dave Martinez versus Dave Fuentes. So again, there's just that's a real good close up. Of course, the photography skills of Dave right there, real good close up on the Hallmark pin. Now this guy, right in my head, I wanted to get business cards together or something, but like if this guy's out there and he's watching, I'd love to have this guy come on the show and talk about his Sven art. He drew. That's not a picture. That's a photo. G, your thoughts? Or
it looks amazing. It looks amazing. Yeah. Oh, and we got a closer shot, I think, in the next.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm scrolling well here, if I'm a little froze, but would surprise me if we're a little froze. But anyway, let me.
We're in the space in between. We got.
Yes. Okay, here we go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, no, it looks amazing. It looks amazing. It's like 70s.
The facial. Go ahead.
That's like 70s or 80s era son of Svengoolie.
Exactly, very authentic to his facial features in his youth, and this guy's clearly he's not playing around when he's got the skeleton gloves. He came to do business. So and here's our pal Warner hanging out, of course, layered the Sven hat, the Sven t-shirt, the Sven button down. Cool to run into Warner as always. Dave is saying this is Jamie Lee. Yeah. So, and she's, please again, read up on Dave's stuff. She's got some historical connection with Sven. So that's really cool. This young guy was by us and near us in the line. And, they got the NECA Sven there and a rubber chicken. This guy I've seen around a bunch. And again, he looks like he's a pretty serious contender. Again, the current thing, the Bonanza, which is just always got to have somebody in a rubber chicken suit. It's I'm coming to expect it now every time I go to a Sven event. Different people doing different representation. Now this was pretty awesome to have the Abby normal brain in the jar. Again, a great bit of fun, a great bit of creativity, and more people in Sven. We got a pink rubber chicken right there. I'm trying to get to the other spot, another one, which was the tattoo. Again, breaking out the figures, toy company figures of Sven in the 4-pack right there. A little bit of the Jada toy representation. I haven't seen the Jada thing in real life until that day, but it looks great. 2 Svens and 3 rubber chickens. Now this one was real funny right here. Sven, we can check you off the bucket list, and they had buckets on their heads. Again, I haven't seen that one before. It's there's still some room for creativity. I'm pretty sure this is a high school yearbook photo, a good old Rich Coase right there. So that's, you don't see that every day. These people had some creature and Dracula looking business in the background. You see a blow up chicken suit. Where's that tattoo? All right, pumpkin stuff. Anyway, just as always, Dave puts in the time and the energy. Okay, here you go. So WGN TV weatherman Tom Skilling, who recently, I believe, announced his retirement. So somebody went to hear Skillet, put together a visual image of Tom Skillet. got some beekeeper business right here. There's Sven working hard. Okay, so here we go. From one tattoo to the other. So I don't know. We should start taking a tally. How many people have Sven tats? How many different people are doing Sven cosplay? But it's going to be big numbers on any of those measures. I'm going to come out of the share screen now if I can successfully do that.
That was really cool. Just to catch up on the comments here, Mr. C.
Yeah, please.
Michaela Stormer writes earlier to the artwork that was posted. Wow, that is amazing artwork. And Junkyard writes, Dave is a great writer and his blogs are not only enjoyable to read, but very informative and the photos are always excellent. Yeah, no, that's exactly right. Exactly right.
No question. I did, technical difficulties notwithstanding, I did want to load in and show off some, like Junkyard does a variety of themes and genres in his t-shirts. I wanted to zero in on the horror related business, but I suppose we'll save that for another time and another show. Just hopefully that's a draw for somebody to come back and watch us again next time around. Any other comments for us as we're wrapping up?
Well, I saw just in the spectrum of different photos that you shared, the inflatable Sven thing. I hope that the Me TV shop reissues this thing. It seems like, well, and we talked about on the Fanboy Cantina channel. It seems like it went really quickly. 650 some odd units. I did look on eBay. One of them sold for like $185 or 100. Some multiple of what the original sticker was of that thing. So I hope that that more will be forthcoming. I don't know what I would do with one, but it's just such a weird and cool item. I hope it comes back to the store.
See, and let me just add a little bit there. As I was, by coincidence, bringing in the Halloween inflatables off the front yard today, they do tend to get, when something's outside, it's going to have the outsideness to it. So I feel funny about polishing up Sven, or, it's going to get some dirt and some wear and tear on it. So in that way, I'd feel bad about sending a Sven product out of doors like that. On the other hand, the buyer on eBay, if they felt they needed the item, if they felt they needed inflatable Sven and they just didn't get the chance because it went quickly, I don't fault them for wanting to buy, but oh boy, people sure put some interesting prices as sellers on the old eBay.
Yeah. As we get into the holiday season, that Me TV shop is starting to get stocked up with other random. This is not the shill stuff. It's just to make folks aware. But I saw that there's a new holiday sweater or Christmas sweater with Sven, and you got Tombstone and Kerwin on it. So that looks pretty good. It's as comfortable as acrylic can be, I think, in a sweater. But it's a unique item for sure.
It looks like we got another comment from Dave, which I'm not able to select and bring up. Thank you, sir. Hey, it's I believe David somewhere put in that if we ask Dave to join our X-Men group, but I mean, come on, I sometimes think of the traveling Wilburys as you got a different collection of different people from different ways, but absolutely, Dave's a key player around this neck of the woods, without question. Absolutely. And I mean, hey, we wouldn't have this material without Dave. So always many credits and many thanks to Dave for his many words and many pictures that he assembles on his blog over the years. And just like Junkyard said, this man's got away with words, and it's entertainment and information right there together. TerrorDaves.com. What else? I think we're pretty good. Again, we do want to give Junkyard's t-shirts some highlights at some point in the future when we can correctly build all the background clicks and such. But thanks, Michaela, for jumping into comments. Thanks, Jim Campbell, for being around. Junkyard, always appreciate. Oh, now Crafter's here. Hey, Crafter, we try to have a great time. I'm glad you're catching us now. It's good to have you around. Let me say, Crafter, on the previous episode, we did highlight your Vincent Price. Do I still have it loaded in here? Would I be able to pull that real quick? I don't know.
That Vincent Price. I mean, what if you haven't seen the Casual Crafter channel? You're missing out. But the level of detail and steadiness of hands is just unreal. So definitely worth checking out. Casual Crafter in general, but then that Vincent Price is just off the charts.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm good if you're good, G. Again, thanks to everybody for popping through comments. Thanks to everybody for watching. And again, we got plenty of good times ahead. Oh, I got one more thing, actually. This was, again, another Terror Dave item here when he went to the old comic convention over there in the south side comic show there. And so it's, there we go. So here, let me try to get a handle on it here. But it's based off the Secret Wars, the old school Secret Wars cover. So Sven with the shield is in the Captain America position there, and then you had a collection of Avengers and X-Men and Fantastic Four. But look at it. So you got the rubber chicken, you got the Godzilla over there, you got the what do you call it, the Yeti, the Bumble from Rankin Bass holiday specials. Just such a wide variety of stuff here. And then let me get real good and close there. I mean, that's a beautiful version of Sven. So good thing we stuck around for a minute to get that one in there too. Campbell calling out Sven and Grogu. It doesn't get any better than Sven and Grogu. I'm here to tell you, people.
Nice. That's nice. Good deal. Well, thanks for having me over here, Mr. C. I appreciate it.
Extra special thanks to you, sir, for navigating my unexpected technical difficulties. And yes, Junkyard Link and Marshmallow too. It was a great cavalcade of characters, if you will.
Good times.
All right. Signing off. Let's check back again in the near future on the Fanboy Cantina channel, on the Mr. C channel. Check out Junkyard's t-shirts and check out Terror Dave's blog. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.